Hi everyone, my name is Ava Seacrest. I'm a motion graphics artist, an illustrator, and a chronic doodler. I'm excited to unpack for you everything I've learned in my motion graphics experience, but first, I'd like to show you my demo reel. As a storyteller, it was really important to me to incorporate a sense of story into my demo reel, and for that reason, I introduced the reel with one of my favorite animation pieces, WorryWart. WorryWart is a short film I created to exemplify how, if you're somewhat of a worrywart like myself, stress can completely consume you. Because this animation has no words, I put emphasis on character to create emotional relatability without speech. I furthered these emotions through my color choices in the piece, where dark blues and purples gave a foreboding mood. As the character in WorryWart falls asleep, the story moves to a cloudy dreamscape where we see my animated self-portrait, Sky Burp. While the subject matter is intended to have humor, I also wanted to show off my frame-by-frame animation skills by pushing the squash and stretch principles in motion, creating a smooth yet bouncy feel to the animation. Alien Chomp is a scene that was a fun rework of a sketch animation I created that focused on anticipation as she goes in for a bite. Here we see my exploration of different composition tools such as multiply layers, camera movement, and color editing, which really took my original animated piece up to the next level. Burnout, a short film which I created, actually came from a time when I was burnt out. For this project, I tried to push intensity and movement to challenge myself and reignite my love for animation. The intensity can be seen with the harsh red color scheme that plays off a dusty desert landscape. The colors I chose were quite fiery and passionate, which really juxtaposed my feelings at the time. The project was successful though, as I explored new animation techniques like smear frames, which impassioned me more about the animation process. This movie trailer I worked on introduces the Slavic folktale of Vasilisa and the Witch's Flame. In this piece, I aimed to create an eerie feel by using only black and white colors. This was also my first 3D animated piece. I used cel shading techniques and harsh lighting on my 3D models to hammer in the moody atmosphere and allow for balance so the typography could stand out. This cutesy bunny character was modeled using simple soft edge shapes. I chose small body proportions with a large head to emphasize her cuteness, and to give more weight to her head wobbling as she walked. This little bunny walk was one of my first 3D animated walk cycles, and to animate it, I had to master IK rigging. Growing Up, Growing Down tells a story of how we change as we get older. I utilized Cinema 4D's animation tools to their fullest extent in trying to create seamless transitions for the character's change in age. I ended up using the Cinema 4D Pose Morph tool as a solution to create transitions that flow smoothly from one another, while still allowing me to have control over things like bounce and the movement. For both my bug and isometric room projects, I tackled creating intricate and diverse shapes while incorporating design principles such as variety and unity to create satisfying compositions. Through these projects, I also focus on proper lighting and texturing techniques which bring brightness to the composition without sacrificing color. Throughout the demo reel, you'll see many ToonBuni projects. ToonBuni is a broadcasting network I created which would host a number of cartoons targeted toward an adult audience, much like Adult Swim. I chose black and pink as the branding colors to give off a late night, neon and punk type feel. In my TV ident, I created a ToonBuni logo that was still dripping wet with paint to give reference to graffiti and street art. Armored Empanadas started from the ground up as hand-drawn sketches for a logo, which I then developed into full-fledged food marketing campaign. I created logo design, merchandise, web apps, and as you can see here, promotional video for branding of this food truck. The brand wanted to represent playfulness and a definite zing and flavor, so I was sure to use bright colors to give the branding the exciting energy it needed to catch the attention of hungry passerbys. Rocker Girl was one of my biggest and most rewarding challenges as a 3D animator when it came to combining modeling, rigging, and animating an entire scene all on my own. When staging this piece, I chose to push the large speakers to the very front of our view and place characters to the back to give the piece framing and depth. Terra is a sci-fi future interpretation of Earth after being terraformed. In the creation of this story world, I focused a lot on character and environmental design. To give this illusion of life, I created visually interesting compositions which included characters and objects that would be native to the land. The panning motions and subtle character movements were meant to be somewhat repetitive and simple as to not take away from the detailed illustration work. Here we are, back full circle to our WorryWart, fast asleep. I decided to end the demo reel with the abrupt alarm so that we are shocked and taken out of what we just watched, just as the WorryWart was taken out of her dream. With all of us now wide awake, I encourage you to look at my other work and let me know if you'd be interested in starting a conversation with me about what I do.